So we're on to exercise 2.5. So remember back in the day, I have an answer to a quadratic equation. Here are the roots. The roots are oh, here you go, guys. Ready? Now, guys, what we have here is x equals 3, x equals 2, and what we're going to be asked is to form the original equation. Okay? There's the junior cert way, and now there's a quicker way. So I'm going to show you the junior cert way first. Charlie, do you remember what we used to do? Yeah. And then the 2 out the other side, yeah? And then what do we do then? And multiply them out. Okay? And lo and behold, you would get x squared minus 5x plus 6 equals 0. Ever cool with that? There's a quicker way. I'm going to show you the quicker way now. X squared minus sum times x plus product. Does anybody know what sum and product mean? Sum means add them together. Product means multiply them together. So what would you get as the answer then? X squared. What happens when you add 3 and 2 together? And what happens when you multiply 3 and 2 by each other? Bit quicker, isn't it? Alright, what happens if I was to redo this, and instead I gave you the numbers, let's see, what happens if I gave you minus 3 and 7? What would the equation be then? What's the sum? What happens when you add them together? You get 4, don't you? So it'll be minus, what's the sum? 4. Deal with that? What's the product? Is everybody happy that's the equation that those two are? Answers to. What happens if I spin it the other way around? That it's plus 3 and minus 7. What happens this time? X squared minus, what's minus minus 4? And then what's 3 times 7? You can close that if you want, there's not that many, or just close it over a bit more. Alright, what you get? Everybody see the difference so far? Well, good, pretty easy so far, isn't it? Alright, next we're going to bring in your favorites, your fractions. Okay? So, actually, and one last thing. What happens if it's 0 and 4? What did you do in the past? X equals 0 and x minus 4 equals 0. Then what do you do after that? X times x minus 4 equals 0, and you get x squared minus 4x equals 0. What I'd like you to do this time is, I want you to do x squared minus sum times x plus product. So what would the answer be this way? What's the sum when you add them together? 4. What's the product when you multiply them together? Much quicker, isn't it? Alright. Now, here's what I want you to try out in class. This is your first question you guys are going to do. I'm going to give you a fraction, 2 fractions in fact. Okay? I'd like you to do it the junior cert way first, and then use the leaving cert method next. You got to do it 2 different ways for me. See if you're able to do it. One, I'm going to do it the junior cert way. Good old junior cert, right? So, what we're going to have here is we're going to have x equals minus 2 over 3, x equals 1/5. Now, what happens to the 3? Where does it go? Division on the right would mean multiplication on the left. Yes. What about this one here? Divide by 5 on the right will be multiply by 5 on the left. What do we do now, Liam? And the 5 over and the 1 over, and what do I get? And? Okay. Nearly there. Terry, what do we do next? And what do we get? 15x squared, yeah. minus 3x, yeah, plus, yeah, equals, okay, what do we get now? Yeah, who got that? Alright, did everybody get that doing the junior certificate? Yeah,
I that's what I forgot. You can do the fraction thing. I just like multiply with fraction.
yeah, that's hard work though, isn't it? Is that what you did, Daniel?
I don't know.
Did you get the same answer? Well done. It's not broken, don't fix it. Now, next thing. What happens if we now do the leaving cert way? Will we get the same answer? Let's find out. X squared minus the sum. So how do you do the sum, lads? You're going to take out your calculator, aren't you? So, x squared minus, it's the sum. So what's minus 2/3 plus a fifth? So put it into your calculator. Add them together. Then we get minus 7 over 15. Now what's minus 7 over 15? X squared plus 7 over 15x. What does product mean? So go back here and just change it to a multiplication sign. And what you get? Minus 2 over 15. Alright. Any ideas what to do next? Common denominator on both sides. What happens when you multiply 0 by 15 top and bottom? And what happens here? And what happens to all the 15s? They're gone, aren't they? And do I get the same answer? I do. And you're done. Happy up? Alrighty. So, in class now, preferably I prefer if you can do it the leaving cert way now. I'd like us to try the following questions to start us off. We'll start us off easy, and then we'll move on to the harder ones in a second. Alright, that's what you're doing. First one's handy, isn't it? X squared minus sum times x plus product. So, Luke, what you get for the first one? What's the sum when you add them together?
X squared minus 1.
What's minus 1? And what happens when you multiply them by each other? 2 times minus 3. Yeah, that's the first answer done, yeah? Are we good with that? Alright, let's try the next one out then. What do you think about 2 over 5 and 3 over 5? Terry, what do you get when you add them together? The sum? No, you have to add them for the sum. What do you get for the sum when you add them together? What's 2 over 5 plus 3 over 5? Just 1, isn't it? 5 over 5. And what happens when you multiply them by each other? 6 over 25. I wouldn't be happy with that answer. Can I tell me what you do next? Can I tell me what you do next? Common denominator. So what's the answer, Comiskey? Multiply both sides by 25, and that will get rid of your common denominator, won't it? Alright. The first thing is, I'm using my calculator. I'm adding the fractions. That gets me to 1. I then use my calculator to multiply the two fractions by each other. And when I multiply the two fractions by each other, that gets me to 6 over 25. To get rid of the denominator on the bottom, what I next do is I go across and I say, alright, everything needs 25. 25 on top, 25 on the bottom. This one will be a 25 on top, a 25 on the bottom. This one will have a 25 on top and 25 on the bottom. Because it's an equals question, all the 25s on the bottom don't matter, and then you're just left with your answer. Okay? We're going to do another one now anyway. So, Dave, you have a calculator on you, do you? Calculator's help. No. David. Alrighty. What happens when you add the two of these together? 5 over 2 plus 3 over 5. What do you get?
31 to 10.
Nice. Okay. What happens when you multiply them by each other? Alright. Can you suggest a common denominator that will fix this situation?
2.
It's generally the bigger one. Which one's the bigger denominator? Can I turn everything into tens? Yeah, so I can, but I need to multiply by 5. So 5 here and over here. 10 and over here. Okay, once all the 10s. And what's left over?
X squared.
Equals 0, yeah. Who got that? Alright. Things get a bit more difficult when letters are introduced and surds are introduced. So let me explain what I mean by that. Does everybody see part 4? And for argument's sake, part 5. Does anybody know how you do part 4 and part 5? Quite simply, add them together. What happens when you add 4 plus root 5? What's the answer? Put it into the calculator. Not decimal mode now, just regular mode. Yeah, nothing you can do. So, is everybody happy that's the two of them added together? Now multiply them by each other and what you get. And believe it or not, that's your equation. You're done. That's all you can do. Alright? What about the next one? A and 3A. I will get Shadi to take that one for me. Shadi, what about A and 3A? Add them together, you get 4A. So you get x squared minus 4A x. What's the product? Yeah. You're done. That's all you can do. You guys do part 7 now on your own. Alright, let's find out. So, we're going to add them together. What's 2 over b plus 3 over b? And b? Yeah, 5 over b. No bother. What's 2 over b multiplied by 3 over b? 6 over b squared. Okay, so we have x squared minus 5 over b. And then we have plus 6 over b squared. Okay. Anybody suggest a way of tidying this up a little bit? Dylan, what do you think? What's the common denominator? Just b squared. Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, you're right. So b squared on the bottom, b squared on top and here. Another b, so that'll be. Yeah, and then b squared and. Now what happens in the answer? X squared. Yeah. Alright.